help us. The frustration for Devils fans is boiling over. You know it's really bad when the home crowd is doing the wave only halfway through the third period. But the dreadful score in this one doesn't tell the full story of how the Devils played. Can they actually take some positives out of a 9-0 loss? Somehow, some way, the Devils need to shake it up.
Welcome to the Devil's Island Podcast, broadcasting from the east end of Long Island. Whether you're in New Jersey or somewhere around the world, as a Devils fan, you may feel like a castaway. Well, Devils fanatics, join us, because you can always feel at home here on Devil's Island. And now, here is your host, Chris Suswal.
Hey, fellow castaways, you're on Devil's Island, and if you enjoy your stay, please like, share, and subscribe to stay in the mix. And feel free to drop a line to devilsislandpodcast@gmail.com. Get in on our conversation for our next mailbag episode and drop a comment below. It's times like these Devils fans need to commiserate and find a way through it. Well, it was one of those nights. A crazy one. I've been watching Devils hockey my whole life, and it's very hard for me to recall seeing anything like we saw. The Devils losing 9-0 on Long Island. And in the early 80s, in the lean years of the Devils, before they became a more competitive team making the playoffs, they were once called a Mickey Mouse organization by the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And he wound up meaning it in a way that he felt bad for the Devils players when Edmonton racked up 11 goals against the Devils. But this one is tough to take, and if you're feeling anything like I'm feeling, it's going to be something where we need to basically compose ourselves, and we hope that the players can compose themselves, the coaches, the front office, everyone in the Devils organization needs to basically take a look in the mirror now and somehow turn the page. And if you watch this entire game, then can you call it a game? This was more like a slow torture. Then you are a true diehard Devils fan. That was really tough to watch. And maybe it was the feel of the nationally televised broadcast team on ESPN Plus that made it feel similar to the 2012 Stanley Cup Finals in Game 6 when the Devils went out to LA with a chance to bring it back home for a deciding Game 7, and they got destroyed by the Kings, losing 6-1 and losing the cup. Throughout the night, I was preparing my recap and trying to think of things to point out where the Devils looked good, throwing shots on goal and things like that. But I basically crumpled all that up and had to throw it in the trash bin, because this is one of those moments where, as a fan, you just wonder what is happening. How could this possibly happen, to lose 9-0 in a game that means so much? The Devils know that the standings are so tight, and every point in the standings is huge. Jacob Markstrom couldn't save anything. Everything was going in. I mean, everything. And on the opposite end, Ilya Sorokin, he hasn't played a game since December 19th. He comes back in and looks red hot and stops everything. He was stopping the first save, getting the save off the rebound, diving in front to get even a third save, and it all added up to 46 saves on the night for Sorokin. It was really frustrating. I thought that Keefe was going to pull Jacob Markstrom after letting up 3 goals on 5 shots. The first two shots went in, and I just thought, if you pull the goalie, you bring in Allen, and then you have a chance to maybe reset and get back in the game. But maybe Allen was just, the mindset was that he was too tired from the last performance on Sunday. I mean, they did have a day off yesterday, but maybe he's banged up somewhat, or maybe Keefe was thinking that similar to when they went in Colorado and let up the first 5 goals, that the Devils were just going to come back, score a few goals, get right back in the game, and that Markstrom was going to find his balance of some sorts. But none of that happened. Embarrassing. And as fans, we feel embarrassment, but I'm sure the players do too. This team has shown us time after time that they can be resilient. They've gone through stretches where there's key players out. They had some big wins, and you thought maybe this was a turning point in the season, going out to Las Vegas and then following that up with a win on the road in Utah, or the New Year's Eve comeback win against Columbus, followed up by a home win against Utah again. But this is really dumbfounding. 9-0. I just can't get over that scoreline. Through 2 periods, the Devils were out shooting the Islanders 35-16. But overall on the night, 9 goals on 23 shots. That's basically every other shot was going in the net, one after the other. Really, it's I'm almost at a loss for words here, but we can't give up hope, and we hope that on Thursday, the best way to get past this is for the Devils to come out and get a win in Pittsburgh. That's what they need to do. They need to show us all that it's not the end of the world. It is one game, and the Devils are going to stay close. They're going to be in this race. We have half a season left, and if we can overcome this, that with Nemitz, with Dadonov coming back, with a full healthy roster, this team can be what it had been billed to be, and the way that they were playing when they had their long winning streak earlier in the year. So at this point, I need to take a step back and process this, hear what the coaches have to say, hear what the players have to say, and see if anything changes from a organizational standpoint. So, fellow castaways, until next time, I implore you, keep your fires burning. Let's go, Devils.